Hi y'all, I think that I have everything ready for this. I hope I have everything out. So today we're just going to do 2 super simple recipes. These can be, the whole premise is Crockpot, but you don't have to use a Crockpot. If you don't have one, you don't want to use one that day, both of these are great. Grilled, I would not just grill the pork first, I would cook it and then grill it to finish it off, but you do whatever you want to do. But there are other ways to cook these. I'm going to start with the ribs, and the recipe that I'm using for the sauce is one I use for my pulled pork sandwiches. But ribs were on sale this week, and I felt like the sauce was good enough for the pulled pork sandwiches that I feel like it would be a great sauce for ribs. So I've got everything in here. I've got the meat and the chicken, both meat. Anyway, I did not realize I had one of these in my freezer. I'm so happy. My Walmart was out. Each one gets about a cup of onion. Now, if you're new here, I am not always precise measurement. I kind of eyeball it, and if there's a little bit too much onion in the sauce, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. So in each of these, I have ribs. Some have bone, some don't. They're just from, I guess, a big hunk of meat that they cut up. I'm not a butcher, so I don't know. And then approximately 1 cup of frozen onions. You can use fresh, of course. 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to eyeball this as well. Looks about close to me. All right. Don't inhale that. That's a little strong. And then 1/4 cup or 1 cup of barbecue sauce. So what I'm going to do, because I have the sweet and spicy, and again, I have a child who cannot handle even like mild salsa. I have to be really careful with her. So I'm going to do about 1/2 cup in each one, and then this one I'll do 1/2 cup. But again, you could make your own. If you don't want to use the specific one, use what your family will eat. And if you don't want to use pork, again, chicken would be great as well. Just adapt. If you have beef roast or chunks of beef on sale, use beef for like a barbecue beef sandwich. Okay. Now 1/4 cup of brown swerve. I need a bigger place to put all my things. Alright, so this may take all my brown swerve, we'll see. 1. And again, like I said, if you're not doing like I am, because I don't want to put meat in here and wash my hands and go off camera, put all your ingredients in here minus your meat and squish it all around, and then put your meat in here. That is what I would do if I wasn't doing this live. I would not do it this way. Okay. A tablespoon of chili powder, smoked paprika, and Worcestershire sauce. Okay, I did get a spoon. I don't know where a tablespoon is, so I'm just gonna, again, eyeball it. I need to get rid of my water. And your chili powders, I don't know if you know this, which I was an adult and learned this. All chili powders aren't created equal. Some has more spice, some has less. I learned that the hard way by making something for a group of people. And I used, it was chili powder, not paprika, chili powder. Nope. I used Costco chili powder the way I was, and Aldi chili powder, and they were not the same. So, just be prepared that your chili powder could be milder or spicier, and if that matters in your family, if Rihanna didn't live here, I would not be that concerned, but because she has such a sensitive palate, the sauce that I the whole last year I thought I was saying this right, and then I learned I wasn't. So I've just given up because I don't know how, and I've watched videos on how to do it. Oh, this is going to take forever. This is not a squeezable bottle. I thought I was doing it right, and I wasn't, so it's just Worcestershire sauce. And then I think a teaspoon of mustard. This does call for salt and pepper to taste. I'm not going to do that until the day of. And then I think garlic powder, onion powder, yep. And then we're almost done with the ribs. And if you're not making 8 different recipes, or 8 different, it's 2 different recipes, 8 meals, you'll be done a lot quicker than me. Did I not? Oh, it's right here. It's a big thing right here in front of me. And this that I got from Sam's is like very airy. That's not the right word. I don't know if you can see it puffed out of the bag. Okay. Now, if you are doing this without putting your meat in first, hey Rebecca, I would squish this around, get it all mixed up, then add the meat in. But again, you don't need to watch me put meat in a bag. That'd be silly. So, and I just squish and squish and squish to get the air out. And then one more time, another way is you can roll it on its edge. And you can see there's still some air in here. I'm just going to pop a corner. And then that. Again, you can definitely put the straw in and do the straw trick. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm going to be really careful. Okay. And then one more. And these how am I going to say this? These fold up nicely, kind of compact, but I still need one because one of mine is missing a little leg, arm, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now it's a cilantro lime chicken. Now, the same daughter who can't handle heat has that gene that makes cilantro taste like soap. So I've already pre-cut the cilantro, and when I'm finished, I'll just drop a cilantro baggie in each one. Oh, hi Bonnie, I'm glad you're here. All right, so cilantro lime chicken. I'm using chicken breast this time. So if you are following TH, THM, THY, whatever the letters are, I'm using a chicken breast. If you cut back on your olive oil, you can make this, I'm going to move this, into a fuel pool. I really feel like I added so much olive oil for grilling because that way it helps it to not stick to the grill. So I'm probably going to put about 2 tablespoons in each one. And again, I'm eyeballing it. That wasn't quite 2, I don't think. But if you really do care about, if you wanted to make this into a fuel pool, I would definitely measure to make sure that you aren't accidentally adding too much, because that can end up being a problem, is we think that we are consuming less of something, but by measuring it, we find out that we could be going one way or the other. So if it is important to you, I would make sure that I measured it to make sure I wasn't getting too much, if that is a concern. Okay, and it calls for lime juice. You can squeeze limes, or I bought lime juice. It calls for about 1/3 of a cup. Yes, okay. And it's a little hot here. Our AC is not working great. My brother's supposed to come over tomorrow and look at ours, because our house is really warm right now. Really warm. Sweating just a little bit. All right. Cutting a new garlic. All right. Sorry. Oh, it's so warm. All right, so is it a tablespoon? Yeah, a tablespoon of minced garlic, and you can add more, less, leave it out. Now, this recipe, the original recipe, the way I designed it was for it to be a grill recipe, and then to eat the meat as meat with then some sides. I love grilled zucchini and grilled green beans. Those are so good, or grilled squash, period. But doing it this way, then you can make it into tacos, quesadillas, over beans and rice. This recipe is really versatile, and you can really go in so many different directions that you would want to go in. It isn't just per se a grilling recipe. I will definitely crock pot these. Now, if you watched the other video I made, please do not be me. I dumped a freezer bag of this from I don't know, 6 months, a year ago. I have no idea. I wasn't even caring about that. I was just going to cook it. And when I dumped the thawed package into my crock pot, I realized I had not taken out the absorbent pad, so the whole thing had to go straight in the trash. So make sure you do not leave that with your meats, because then I just had to throw the whole thing away because it was gross. All right. Cumin, salt, and pepper. We're almost done. Cumin is right here, and I think it's a teaspoon. Yep, a teaspoon. Okay, and now salt and pepper. And I did get this guy. So I looked at my sales ad, and for this next week, chicken breasts are on sale again, so I may look for something chicken. Chicken's easy just because you really can just dump. You don't do a lot of searing with chicken. And I forget the other meat that's going to be on sale. But I really do want to do at least one hamburger meat recipe, just because when you can get, like right now for $1.97, you can buy those 5-pound chubs. And I'm trying to make this also budget friendly. So I'm not sure if I'll do a cooked hamburger meat recipe. Now, you can, I have seen many women do it, and people in general, put their raw hamburger meat in their crock pot and cook it that way. And if you do a freezer meal, you just dump the whole thing in there. I'm just not that brave. It doesn't, I don't know. If you want to, I think that'd be great. And if you ever do it, let me know how it turns out. I feel like we talked about this last year. But I think it would be good to have like some spaghetti sauces in the freezer. I want to make a crock pot lasagna, but that will not be a dump and go. That would be a, probably 10 minutes of layering. This is it. I think that's it. Okay, that's it. Now, if you pressure cook this, you need to make sure you look at your pressure cooker requirements. I think that Ninjas require 1 cup of liquid, and there's not 1 cup of liquid in here. So I would just make sure that you cook it to your pressure cooker's requirements. I'm very careful with mine. My brother-in-law did something one day and took his lid off wrong, and he ended up with a massive bruise on his stomach. So I try to make sure I follow the rules. Okay, squeezing out for the second time. Now, if you have a food saver, that would be excellent. You can also do the straw trick, but I'm just going to squeeze out as much air as I possibly can. So today we did ribs, we did cilantro lime chicken. Last week we had pineapple Asian pork, and I don't remember, but I think it was something with chicken. That's it. If you have thoughts, ideas, suggestions, if you've tried the raw hamburger meat in the crock pot, if there's a recipe you would love to be added to this collection, feel free to share and talk. I would love any suggestions, because I don't want to repeat. I don't mind repeating some recipes from last year, but I want this to be like an addition to, instead of just the same thing that we already did. And anyway, that's it. I need to clean up. I'm sure you have things to do. So Friday after July 4th, I hope you had a great 4th. And again, thoughts, suggestions, anything like that, feel free to comment and let me know. Bye.